Vampire's Kiss is not a movie. I don't know what it is, but it's not a movie. Meet Peter, a publishing executive for a big company. Things quickly go south after he is bitten by a vampire. It stars Nicolas Cage, and Nicolas Cage. It was directed by Cocaine. Howdy folks, welcome back to Garage Vampire-thon, where every day, for the month of October, we revisit a vampire movie. Wow! Oh shit! We're talking about Vampire's Kiss. Vampire's Kiss, I was really surprised that this movie was not nominated for an Oscar for editing. This is some of the best editing I've ever seen. The editing for this makes me wonder what was left on the cutting room floor. But I think the editor was a little bit in on the joke. He knew how crazy Nicolas Cage was acting, and he was just like, dude, we need all of this. Like, I don't care. This editor knew what a meme was decades before memes were a thing. And for that, I think the Academy needs to give this man an honorary Oscar. You know? He was a bit too ahead of the game. Just simple decisions he makes. I'll give you an example. Whenever you watch a movie, not Vampire's Kiss, an actual movie, and the scene ends, it just ends. It doesn't necessarily have to end with the character exiting the room. But this editor knew very well that every time a scene ends, we must show Nicolas Cage exiting the room. Why, you may ask? Because Nicolas Cage, whenever he exits a room, he does the most fucking awkward run ever. He runs so weirdly in this movie, and the editor knew that, so he was like, let's just keep in every moment that Nicolas Cage runs like this. Okay. It's beautiful editing. There's 2 stars of this movie, Nicolas Cage and the editor. I took a page of notes, and all of the notes were pertaining to Nicolas Cage's performance. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just this guy is crazy in this movie. This is like by far the most Nicolas Cage I've ever seen Nicolas Cage. One thing I feel is really interesting about his performance in this is that, you know, when you watch like a cartoon or when you read a comic book and they'll write ha ha and boo hoo when the character is laughing and crying, Nicolas Cage tries to take these very simple automatopoeias, that's the correct term for it, and he reinvents them for the medium of film. There's that scene where he's laughing, he's like, ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. And then there's this scene where he's crying and he's like, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. He also has a really weird accent in this movie. Sometimes it's British, sometimes it's just high-class American yuppie accent. It's just a very strange accent.
We said it already.
No. The Rubber Man. He's the last of the Fantastic Four that we've been searching for all evening. The missing link.
Over-the-top gestures like you would expect from a Nicolas Cage performance. There's a part where he gets a napkin and he tears it apart with all of his strength. The fucking napkin. And then there's that infamous meme face he does. I can't even do it justice. I don't know what that fucking face is.
Sifting through old contract after old contract. I couldn't think of a more horrible job if I wanted to. And you have to do it. You have to, or I'll fire you. Do you understand?
I knew the meme face before knowing it was in this movie. And wow, did it not disappoint. Great lines in here as well. It never just goes away.
The work's not just gonna go away, Alva. It never just goes away. The
That's what I mean. It's just the weirdest fucking performance I've ever seen ever, period. It was like so misguided, but so like fucking well calculated at the same time. I can't describe it. There's a moment in here that kind of felt like cinema verite, where Nicolas Cage is going around with a wooden stake begging people to stab him in the heart. I definitely think that the actors in that scene are actual actors, not real people. But I think the reaction is genuine. What the fuck is up with this guy?
The risen feet, take them out and put the cross up to me like this.
I'm not speaking English.
The cross, the crucifix, me vampire!
So it kind of works. One connection I made in my head while watching this movie is this really feels like American Psycho. You have a character who's a yuppie living in New York, all of a sudden turns into, whether that is a slasher in American Psycho or it's a vampire in this movie. The characters suffer from multiple personality disorders, and they're both very stuck-up yuppies. A lot of connections I made to American Psycho. That said, this is a much better movie than American Psycho. American Psycho ain't got nothing on this movie. That was sarcasm. I think American Psycho is a better movie. This movie is a train wreck, but it's a beautiful train wreck. Just charging off a cliff. Boom! Beautiful explosions, fireworks, and all. This is truly a crazy movie. It really feels like you're on cocaine as you watch this movie, which I do appreciate. So, give this one a watch. It's terrible, but give it a watch if you haven't already. Guys, have you seen Vampire's Kiss? Is this, in fact, the craziest Nicolas Cage performance? Comment below, let me know. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Garage Vampire-thon.
Pathetic.
Vampire's Kiss.
Strange stuff. I'll never do that again. Jeez.